Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Testing, testing. From a rainy Sprague Field on the campus of Montclair State University, the Red Hawk Sports Network is proud to present NCAA Division III Women's Lacrosse. Today, the visiting Kean Cougars take on the hosting Montclair State University Red Hawks in the final game of the NJAC regular season. My name is Ryan Nussbaum alongside Jeremy Rodriguez. Jeremy, from Montclair State, last game before the playoffs, and for Kean, want to go out, close their season out on a victory. What are the big factors for both of these teams to come out today with a victory?
Yeah, I think for Montclair State, they're on their home turf here at Sprague Field. You have one game left. You're 8-6, and you're 2-2 in the NJAC conference. For Kean, they're 4-9, 1-3. So I think for Montclair State, I think it's to, set the tempo. I think they got to come out and play aggressive out of the gates and get a few goals. We saw it against Stockton. And against the last game as well, they got off to a fast start. In that Stockton game especially, we saw Kaylee Seck get 3 goals in the first quarter. We saw, I believe, 5 or 6 goals in that first quarter. So if Montclair State can do that and put pressure on Kean early, I think that'll be a recipe for success for them to head into the postseason. And
let's get in today's starting lineups. First for the Cougars, it's going to be Emily Jakvich, Grace Micheli, Lily Freed, Kayla Henry, Shirley Chen, Drew Coyle, Ella Petrosh, Jen Koval, Emily Schultz, Skylar Ray, and Julia Sider. Brooke Stendalevich is going to be in goal. And for Montclair State, it's going to be Samantha Hanzo, Olivia Daly, Amber Lukovic, Erin Mayo, Karen McCarthy, Nora Moningham, Daniel DeJesus, Joelle D'Angelo, Luciana Ferrara, Chelsea Stack, and Lexi Robinson. Your starting lineups today. So no real surprises for Montclair State. As you said, so many impact players for this Red Hawk team as we break out the huddles. For Kean, is there anybody you have your eye on today to make a serious impact?
Yeah, for Kean, I have a lot of players. They're leading goal scorer in Emily Schultz. I think she's going to have to play a major factor because obviously I think the story of this game is going to be, especially on a rainy day, it's going to be when you get the goals. It's probably not going to be many, but I think when there is going to be goals scored, I think it's going to be a Kaylee Seck versus Emily Schultz battle today.
It's going to be Micheli versus Ferrara at midfield for first draw. Last home game of the season for Montclair State before they head into the playoffs. We're getting set. First draw from Montclair State. Ball being wrestled over and taken away by Lukovic. Amber Lukovic makes her way down the field before passing it up to Robinson. Robinson works it behind the net. Over to Stack, who's looking to make an early impact before passing it back over to Lukovic. Played in front of the net. Here's Robinson again and going across. Montclair continuing on the attack with Stack. Stack looks around, try to think about it for a second before recovering. Plenty of time to work with on the shot clock as it's passed back to Robinson, still outside the arc. Here comes Stack, pass inside, shot coming, and a goal for Montclair State. Amra Lukovic, the midfielder, gets the party started.
Already, we mentioned that my key to the game, get off to a fast start, set the tempo. Montclair State does that already in the first minute. And my goodness, it was an Amra Lukovic. That was a tough goal as well. It looked like it was behind her. She kind of shot it behind her back, and it was beautifully right down the bottom of the net for Lukovic, her 32nd of the year.
Yeah, and Chelsea Stack is going to continue to collect points for herself as well. She's going to be credited with the assist. It was a great pass for her right in front of the net. Not much that the Kean goalkeeper could do about that one. Red Hawks off to a good lead. 14:04 remaining on the clock. Montclair State got on the board first as we get ready for the draw. Montclair State wearing the white, the red lettering. Kean in the blue and white. Back underway. Cougars pick it up. Here's Petrosh, the dual sport athlete, soccer and lacrosse. Freshman's made impacts in both sports so far this year as Kean continues on their first offensive attack on the day. They look to respond after Montclair State goes up early. Jeremy, very deliberate movement right now from the Cougars.
Yeah, they're trying to find an open shot there, but you see Montclair State continuing the pressure on defense.
Yeah, good defense being played by the Redhawks. And Kean finally able to pick it up, but they're all out of order as Petros tries to recover and does. She drives in now, sees a wide open lane, and loses the ball. Great defense being played by DeJesus.
That was an amazing transition defense there by Montclair State. You know, Kean had so many opportunities. You saw try to get the pass going at so many different Cougars, but just Kean could not answer to that Montclair State goal.
Montclair State sees the lane. They pass it across. Here's the shot from Robinson potentially before she lobs it back. Looked like she was locked and loaded, but instead passed it off. Moningham continues to relay it around before going behind the net. Robinson lobs it. Back to Stack. She cuts in. Nice spin move there, but met with pressure. Played in front. Lukovic had a look at it before it was swatted out. Montclair State doing a great job recovering and having these second chance opportunities.
Yeah, so far it's working to their momentum right now is they're up 1-0. So everything they're doing right now, it's working.
Played across. Here's an opportunity. Shot coming in. A goal for Montclair State University. Kaylee Seck gets on the board.
First it was Lukovic. Now it is Kaylee Seck. Those are Montclair State's two top goal scorers this season. And when you want to set when you want to make a statement for Montclair State, why not do it with your top two goal scorers in Seck and obviously Lukovic? And that's a great start there for Montclair.
And she was calling a lot of traffic too. That was not an easy goal. Two defenders right in her face. Has to also make her way around the goalkeeper Stanilevich as well. Good job by Seck. Montclair leads 2-0 with 12:04 left in the first.
And another assist by Seck as well. That's her second. She's just adding on to her. You mentioned, Ryan, her points for the season.
Absolutely. Here's the draw. Lukovic is on it. Right now, both teams have won faceoffs in this game. Montclair winning 2 and Kean winning 1. Lukovic trying to use her speed, but instead tries to pivot back. Temporarily losing the ball were the Redhawks, but they were able to recover. Stack plays it across to Seck, who just scored the goal just a moment ago. Lukovic passes it back. Stack outside, crosses it over. There was contact made, and we're going to have a free position shot, the first of the day.
And for Montclair, why not keep it, try to keep the pressure on the freshman goalkeeper, and they have another opportunity at that right now.
Here's D'Angelo. Going in, charges in, and it's upstairs. Picked up immediately by Montclair. Another opportunity. A bouncer was downstairs and off. Montclair not able to capitalize off that last opportunity, but they're still on the attack. Here's Chelsea Stack. Has 2 assists so far today. Finds a teammate, shot coming, and a second goal of the day for Seck. Seck got the one-timer and got it into the top of the net. A great job by her. Montclair State leads 3-0.
Now her 37th goal of the year for Seck. And that's another great game call there by just to drop that play, to get Seck another opportunity at a goal. And the way it just played out, it was amazing play there by Seck in the Red Hawk offense, and now a 3-0 lead for Montclair State in the first 4 minutes and counting.
And the relay was incredible there because the pass was a little bit upstairs. I thought it might not have been, in the range for her to kind of snap that ball down into the net, but it absolutely was. Great work by Seck. Again, Chelsea Stack credited with the assist. She is 3 for 3 on the day and getting assists on the board. Here's the draw again. Lexi Robinson has it. Here's Lukovic passing it back as Montclair tries to reestablish themselves. And Jeremy, we really haven't seen that much of the Kean Cougar offense today.
Not at all. Montclair has really kept time of possession, obviously, on Kean's side, and putting that defense to work right now are the Redhawks.
Wasting no time here in their last home game at Sprague Field for the year. Stack again, charging in. Here's the shot and a save. Great job by Brooke Stanilevich getting the save.
Yeah, after facing all those shots that she's faced so far in the first kind of start of the first period, she does it and does it great. Probably her first save of the game. That's a crucial one here to stop the bleeding for Montclair.
Kean held it for quite some time as both teams looking to make line changes. For the first time today, Kean trying to fight it across midfield, and they do. Here's Coyle, loses the ball again. Facing a lot of pressure there by Monahan as well as from McCartney. Cougars look to set themselves behind the net. 9:20 remaining here in the first quarter of action between these two teams. Played across the center. Here's an opportunity, and it's deflected by a defender. It was Skylar Ray, the midfielder, who had a look at it, but it was a defender from Montclair State who was able to get on it before Grotkoff even had to react. Here's a shot coming in, a net save from Joey Grotkoff.
I mean, that's what you get from compared from a senior to a freshman. Obviously, you see Grotkoff with more experience with an amazing save there to obviously Kean had two opportunities there and were held to 0 goals in both times.
Jeremy, it was really the defense there who got us started as well. They played incredibly on that possession.
Yeah, so far both sides of the Montclair State lacrosse team have came to play today, offense and defense.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Montclair looking to push the pace as they get things set on their side of the field. Passed back to Robinson. She's at the top of the arc. McCartney tries to cut in as well. Sees an opening, takes a shot, and gets the goal. Montclair State University up to a 4-0 lead with 8:06 left in the first.
Already 3 Redhawks getting into the game when it comes to goal scoring. Now it is McCartney's turn. You mentioned a multi-sport athlete on Kean's side. McCartney's one herself, and with the hockey stick, she's doing a fantastic job this year. And another goal to add to her spectacular box sheet this year.
Yeah, 25th goal of the season for her. And the Redhawks are rolling here in the regular season finale.
Most efficient player as well for Montclair State, with coming into this game a .795 shot on goal percentage. So she's been efficient when she takes shots, and we saw it clearly on that last one.
Nora Monahan stood in for the draw for Montclair State. Kean had it for a second before Lukovic knocked it out. A clean steal for her as she drives up the field, using her speed, passing it off to Robinson. Robinson resets to Stack, who finds Hanzo up top. And you see this whole offense really runs through Chelsea Stack. So we get a whistle here. Waiting the call. And it seems like the Cougars will come away with the possession. Good break for them as they go back on offense. Montclair State trying to fight for it immediately. Another whistle, and Kean continuing to move the ball up the field. Played in front. They try to relay it to Skylar Ray, but it was a little too far above the head. Picked up by Stack in the midfield. Montclair State moving quickly. It's going to be 3-on-3 up top. Let's see if they make a move here. Robinson spins, looks, lob over, shot coming, and deflected. It was D'Angelo who had a look on it, but it was just a little off. Good job there by Stanilevich, who I think had a piece of it as well.
Yeah, it looks like she's settled into the game a little bit there. Her second straight save when it came to Montclair State. Obviously, they're keeping the tempo going, and Stendalevich does a good job there 2 times in a row.
Yeah, and on that last possession as well, Montclair was kind of an interesting possession. It was 3-on-3, 3 defenders back, 3 attackers forward. So you kind of understand why they didn't really wait to take that opportunity. MSU still on the attack. 6:09 left in the first. Montclair leads 4-0. Played behind the net. Montclair on the attack. Here's Sek. Stack has it just creeping across the line to the arc, but she's going to play it back. Front of the net. Cutting outside. Played across. Shot was coming, but Lukovic wasn't able to get all of it. Saved there by Stendalevich. Going to the other end. Kean moving quickly. Here's Petrosh. The crosser, the shot, and it's upstairs. A really good look for Emily Schultz, but ultimately just did not find this target.
Yeah, probably the best look that Kean has gotten all game. And Schultz, we mentioned the top goal scorer for Kean, just a little bit high that time, but best opportunity by far for Kean.
Lukovic on the other end. Kean still not able to find the back of the net here with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Montclair has been extremely effective from right in front of the net. We'll see if they go there again. Stack. Cuts inside. Passes it. Shot coming. Deflected by the Kean goalie. A second chance is upstairs. D'Angelo had 2 in a row. 4 was found to be upstairs.
Yeah, you see Montclair State trying to continue to put pressure on Stendalevich and that Kean defense. And right now it looks like Kean's defense is settling in, like we mentioned, and playing a bigger part into this game. But it's going to be up to the offense now to, help the defense out a little bit.
Loose ball taken away by Montclair State. 1-on-1 opportunity. Here's the shot and a goal! Call it a first quarter hat trick for Kaylee Sack.
Well, that defense was playing good until that kind of lazy move there by Kean's offense, and Montclair State recovered it. You mentioned 1-on-1 there for Sek, and another goal for Sek. That's now her 3rd goal of the game.
Yeah, and it looked like, it almost looked like you were on the playground. Somebody took your lunch money. That's exactly what it looked like. The ball picked up. It was 1-on-1. Truly nothing that the goalkeeper, Stendalevich, could do for Kean. Sek unleashed an absolute laser into the back of the net. Montclair leads 5-0.
And now for Sek, also her 11th game this season where she puts up more than 1 goal in a game. And she's been tremendous this year.
Absolutely. As we get the draw again, Monahan winning it herself before passing it up to Lukovic. Lukovic finds Robinson on the outside. She'll bring it behind the net. Red Hawks rolling right now. They lead 5-0. Pass in front of the net. Another opportunity. Stack goes downstairs, but it was deflected. Picked up again. Shot coming. Monahan is going to get it instead. 6-0 Montclair State as Nora Monahan collects another goal.
4 goals now from, 4 different goal scores in this quarter by Montclair State. 6 in the quarter. It's still 3:48 to play, or roughly 3 minutes to play, and Montclair State already has 6 goals. I mean, this offense really has came to play today, and that was the key to the game for me, to really set the tempo, and they're A+ on that right now.
Absolutely, passing grade for sure for Montclair State as we get our first time out of the day, and just a night-and-day performance compared to the last game for Montclair State against Rowan where they faced defeat. But today, everything is turning up Montclair State's way.
Yeah, much needed timeout as well for Kean. Head coach Sarah Losh is going to have to, think of something here to get Kean back into this just a little bit. I mean, winning is maybe not in their, obviously, category, already out of the playoffs, but they just got to, again, try to get some pressure on Montclair State. It seems as though for maybe half of this first quarter, maybe even more than that, Montclair State has really just had the time of possession on their side. It seems as though Kean's offense hasn't really had much time to produce.
Yeah, Kean's offense, we haven't really seen that much of them. To your point, Jeremy, the time of possession has clearly been in the favor of Montclair State. 14 shots for the Redhawks compared to only 3 from the Cougars, only one of which was on target as well. So definitely great defense being played by the Redhawks. And I also think Montclair State doing a great job causing turnovers as well. They had 3 caused turnovers to Kean's 0. And Kean also having trouble holding the ball as well. They've had multiple turnovers just losing the ball themselves. So very interesting the dynamic that we're seeing being played right now.
And what's funny is that caused turnovers coming into this matchup, Kean actually wins it this year. 172 caused turnovers compared to 148 coming into this game. So Montclair State is doing, a great job of just really playing like a completely different lacrosse team that we saw especially last game against Rowan, where they had 6 goals through 3 periods, the 3 quarters against Rowan. And here they have 6 already in quarter number 1 with still so much time to play.
Yeah, so Kean will burn their first time out as we break huddle and get ready to get back underway. Rain's starting to pick up just a little bit here at Sprague Field. The umbrellas are most certainly up. Getting set for the draw. It's going to be Michele versus Monahan yet again. And here we go, back underway. This time Kean is going to win the draw. Michele takes it up herself before passing it off over to Javik. Charging in behind the net. As we're going to receive a whistle here. It was a delayed whistle as they let the Cougars play advantage. Now Kean with the free position opportunity with Skylar Ray, it appears to be.
This would be the first of the day for Kean as well.
See how Kean decides to handle it. Brain continuing to pick up even more. Ray passes it back. She receives the ball again. Shot coming, saved by Joe Grokoff.
Yeah, Grokoff, that's 2 crucial saves that she's had. I mean, Kean was in the driver's seat 2 times, and Grokoff has really declined them twice. I mean, 2 really good saves by Grokoff so far.
And something I noticed as well, I think the shot was going to be off target no matter what, but she still got the net save. Very critical because that stops possession for the Cougars and allows her team to go back on the attack. So smart goalkeeping being played as well. Redhawks back on the attack with Lukovic. 2:41 left here in the first. Redhawks lead big. Here's Robinson. She shoots downstairs and gets the goal. Lexi Robinson collects her 25th goal of the season, and Montclair State leads 7-0.
Why not make it 5 different Redhawks now who's put the ball in the back of the nets for Montclair State? And you mentioned Lexi Robinson doing everything she can for this Montclair State team this year with now 27 points before today, now 28, 25th goal you mentioned. And, again, she's been tremendous. And another one of those players who's been lights out when it comes to shot on goal percentage. Coming into today, .695 shot on goal percentage, and that obviously skyrocketed after that make.
The graduate making some great memories for her last home game here in Montclair. So 2:34 left in the first. Montclair State leads 7-0. Just like the rain here, the goals are just pouring on.
Also, goal number 59 for Lexi Robinson in her career. So she's 1 away from 60, which would be a milestone for her.
Yeah, 60 goals. What a way to end off your career here at home. Kean won the draw. They're on the attack. You can see the tenacious defense being played by the Redhawks. Kean looking to take the 0 off for the first time today. Pass across over to Petra. She drives in, faces pressure. She goes to the ground, and it's going to be a free position for the Cougars.
And for Kean, they're going to take anything they can get right now. It just seems as Montclair State's defense playing so cohesive so far, but you see that Montclair State a little bit too handsy with the stick there, and obviously Kean has a free position shot opportunity here. And
they're actually going to overturn the call, and Montclair State's going to come away with it. The officials met to discuss, and they determined that's not going to actually be a free position. MSU has the ball. Do you agree with that call, Jeremy?
I do not. It kind of seems as though Montclair State kind of had to stick out on the Kean player, but obviously they overturned it, and what could have been Kean's one and probably only opportunity of the quarter so far, unscathed, and now it's Montclair State's turn to potentially keep it pouring.
1:31 left here in the first. Let's see if Montclair can add on an eighth. Pass behind the net. Over to Robinson. Lukovic. So they relay it around. Monahan drives in, faces some pressure before getting rid of it to Sek. Sek coming in across. Lukovic had an opportunity but faced pressure. Try to go to the crosser to second side, but they'll ultimately lose it. So a good stand by the Cougars with under a minute to go here. They're moving quickly. They see some space on the outside. Here's Ray driving in past it. Freed behind the net. Getting it forwards. 40 seconds to go here for Kean. Still moving deliberately with Ray at the top of the crease. Passes it across. Here's Jakovic driving in. Ball is lost and we'll get a free position on this one. It's going to be kind of coming from an awkward angle, but we'll see if she's able to get the shot off.
At least Kean definitely gets it this time around. Obviously, the last time this was called on Montclair, they overturned it. But it looks like Kean will finally get their first free position shot of the afternoon.
Emily Javik getting ready to go. MSU looking to keep the donut on the board. Shot coming downstairs. Saved by Joey Grotkoff.
Another stellar save and block by Grotkoff. That's her third already in the first quarter.
10 seconds left for Montclair. They'll try to go up the field quickly. An opportunity here with Lukovic. It's 2-on-1. 2 seconds left. Shot coming. Sek gets it at the buzzer. A 4-goal first quarter for Kaylee Sek. And she is just electrifying the crowd here. 8-0 to go after the first. What a way to end off the quarter, Jeremy.
100%. I mean, Montclair State all quarter has just been lights out, tremendous on the offensive side and the defense. I mean, the defense has not really been talked about much today with all the goal scoring, but Grotkoff has been a wall back there. And this offense, led by Kaylee Sek, her fourth of the afternoon, makes it only now 5 games now this season where she's had 4 or more. She has just been putting up records this season.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance for her. An unbelievable performance by the team, getting out to an 8-0 start. It is all business for the Red Hawks here after one.
And Lukovic also gets an assist. So there's 4 assists from Montclair State with the 8 goals. There was 3 unassisted goals in a row by Montclair State, but they end off the quarter with an assisted goal, which is what you want to see. You know, so many people are involved in this win, in this 8-0 lead for Montclair State right now, and if they keep it going for 3 more periods, I mean, it's going to be a really dominant Montclair State game.
I want to give you an update on a pretty big game here in the NJAC. The 2 undefeated teams, Rowan and TCNJ, going at it in Ewing as we speak. First quarter just wrapped up over there as well. TCNJ leads 4-2. It's an important game for Montclair State fans to keep their eye on the wall, because the loser of that game will be playing against Montclair State in the first round of the NJAC tournament. Right now for the Rowan, it's Alexis Lowry who has both of their goals. And for TCNJ, Ali Tobler and CJ Cole split 2 apiece. So the primary dominant players for TCNJ and Rowan both getting onto the board. So that's something that we're going to keep your attention on for the rest of the afternoon. Of course, playoff implications. It is the last game. But right here, it's Montclair State taking care of business. anything that Montclair can do it better. I mean, that's pretty much as good as a first quarter you can have, right, Jeremy?
I mean, yeah, it was A+, maybe A++ first quarter for Montclair State. Not much really they can do better. I mean, Joy Grokoff mentioned being a wall back there, the defense helping her out as well. I mean, maybe the only thing that Montclair State could do better is maybe getting some more assists. They had 3 unassisted goals in that first period, in a row. They obviously had 4 unassisted goals in that entire first quarter, but if they're able to just continue to get assists along with goals, it's going to be a better sign for Montclair State compared to obviously just the unassisted goals.
Both teams break the huddle. We'll get ready to flip the field as well. You see Ferrara out there to get things started for Montclair. Michelle, who's taken every face-off, or draw, I should say, in the first quarter, will be out there again for Kean. Second quarter action underway from Sprague Field. Montclair State leads by 8. It'll be Kean who has the opportunity to attack first. Ray moving up the field, looking for options. She goes up the center over towards her teammate before passing it off. Michelli holding it before passing it away. Here's Schultz. We haven't seen that much of her so far today. She lobs it in as the ball's picked up by Nora Monningham. Another loose ball recovery for her. So again, it's Montclair State with very hard-nosed defense. First attack of the second quarter for Montclair State. Playing it upstairs is Sek, who had 4 goals in the first. Behind the net. The ball's knocked loose. Montclair looking for the free position, and they will get it. Foul is committed against Joelle D'Angelo. She'll have an opportunity here.
Yeah, it looks like Lukovic got whacked once or twice on that play, and there she gets a free position shot here, which is a prime opportunity here for the Redhawks.
Here's D'Angelo. Shot coming downstairs, saved. The ball's loose, ultimately picked up by Stanilevich. It's a good stand there for Kean to start off the quarter. It was a dangerous situation for them as a player goes to the ground.
Yeah, we just see D'Angelo just shove the Kean player on the ground there. So clear foul there, and Kean retains.
We flip the field now as Kean loses the ball in possession, picked up again by Montclair State. And they will get it back. So they are just hustling and fighting for every ball. It seems no team wants to keep possession here as it rolls out of play.
I mean, Kean's defense has been doing this all game, and still no answer right now from Kean. They just cannot get anything going against his Montclair State defense.
Samantha Hanzo sends it upstairs to D'Angelo, plays it up the middle, now to Lukovic. Lukovic finds Robinson, who sends it up over towards Stack. Here's Robinson again, pass it outside to Lukovic. There's a little bit of space before she passes it inside to Sek. Sek looking for opportunities, is going to pass it behind. Still plenty of time on the clock for Montclair State to shoot as Nora Monahan bobbled it. Behind D'Angelo. Now you can see a little bit more of a deliberate attack than what we've seen at the beginning of the game from Montclair. Stack. Inside. Caught in traffic before turning back. Shakes off a defender before shooting herself. That one was going to be outside.
It's a good job by Kean to stop the bleeding, but Montclair State's right there once again in Kean territory, and Kean just cannot catch a break right now defensively.
Stack again. Drives inside, finds a wide open Sack. Oh my goodness, another goal for Kaylee Sack. And that one was punctuated with a great shot upstairs. And she continues to dominate this game.
Makes it 40 goals for her on the season for SEC. Only the first Red Hawk to get to that margin. And coming into this game, she was at 68 goals. So now she's over 70 in her career. She's now up to 73 in her career and 40 this year.
And all of her goals have just been right in front of the keeper as well. Close quarters, nothing fancy. And she continues to pour them on. 5 goals for her. Montclair State leads 9-0 with 11:28 left in the half.
Stack also with assist number 51. Excuse me, 50. Yes, 51.
A big
Stack.
hit against Robinson. She is slow to get up, but we play on. Lukovic has it behind the net. Is Robinson able to shake that one off? Here's Sek passing it across to McCartney. McCartney had a goal earlier as well. Now is Monahan. Looks inside. Shot coming. Saved into the net by Kean. So Stanilovic has seen a lot of pressure today. Had another quality save, but a lot of action against her. It's 9-0 still. Played up the field by the Cougars. Here's DeMarco. Sent behind to Javik. Finds a teammate on the outside. Good opportunity in front of the net. Bobbled and picked up by Montclair State. Kyla Henry had her stick on it, but just ultimately cannot connect as the ball was bobbled loose. MSU is going to wait for the Cavalry to come in. It was a good job by the defenders for Kean to get in position quickly. Under 10 minutes to go in the second. Lobs it to the outside, finds McCartney again. The advantage of being up like you are right now, Montclair State can really take advantage of this opportunity by selecting the shots that they really want. Still working behind the net with Stack. Looking for options. Thought about Lukovic for a second. She'll keep it herself. Pass in front of the net. Shot coming downstairs, and guess who? Kaylee Sek does it again. Unbelievable performance here in the first half of action for Kaylee Sek. And she just pours them on.
Yeah, 6 now on the day for Sek. I mean, you rarely see this even in professional lacrosse leagues. I mean, Kaylee Sek right now is putting on an offensive performance for the ages right now. 6 goals to go. Or 6 goals with still 10 minutes to go, roughly, in the first half. I mean, Sek has so much more time to keep it going.
Kaylee Sek is putting on an absolute masterclass right now, and everybody else in the field just has to take notes. Getting ready for the draw again. Ball's flipped up to Kean, and they are on the attack. Ball knocked loose again. Robinson diving for it. Really laid down to try to keep that one in play.
And once again, going into Kean's territory after a goal. I mean, Kean, again, just cannot really put any pressure on Montclair's offense. And they're now running again here in their territory.
McCartney handles it. Under 8 to go at Sprague in the first half. Montclair State leads 10-0 over the rival Kean Cougars. Something, too, to be noted as the ball is being played across. Every shot that Sek has taken has ended up in the back of the net. Unbelievable demonstration of efficiency as the ball is knocked loose by the Kean defense. Scrum for the ball. Montclair wins it with D'Angelo. But ultimately, it's going to be played up. Stack charging in. Nearly loses the ball, holds it instead, just able to get rid of it. McCartney holds the ball for playing it back to Chelsea Stack. Plays it up the center. Good opportunity. Shot downstairs. A bouncer is going to be knocked loose, but Montclair State still on the attack. This time Sec again loses it. Relayed over by Stack. MSU still on the possession as they hold it behind the net. Going across close quarters. And I think it went into the net, but is it going to be counted is a question. I don't think it will. Instead, Montclair is going to get possession back.
I mean, just continuing the onslaught right now is Montclair State. That goal may have not have counted, but they still have another opportunity waiting for them.
Free position for McCartney. Let's see if she goes for the shot or just gets rid of it. She'll pass it off immediately, and Montclair will have a fresh 90 seconds to work with. Robinson downstairs, and a goal for Montclair State. 11-0 for the Redhawks here in the first half. It was Lexi Robinson that time around who got on it and got downstairs. Her second of the day.
Yeah, and the way Montclair State's playing as well, it's just so moving so freely. Everybody's touching it, whether it's an assisted goal or not. Everybody's finding a way to touch the ball and really finding so many, you mentioned second and third opportunities for this Montclair State offense. And right now, 11 goals to show that. Lexi Robinson gets her second of the game. And so many Redhawks are just playing so great right now. Such great lacrosse we're being witnessed here at Sprague by these Redhawks.
Yeah, what a way to close out the home slate for the Redhawks. Home field has been treating them quite nicely. They're 4-2 here right now, certainly on the road to potentially being 5-2 at home. Whereas Montclair has seemed to be struggling away from the confines of Montclair State University's campus. MSU wins the possession again. They look to continue to collect more and more goals, looking to make a statement before the playoffs. We talk about the horse race between TCNJ and Rowan. Montclair State potentially looking to make a statement to both of those teams. Played behind the net. Under 5 to go here in the half. Cut inside for Stack. Loses it. Shot coming. And it was Lexi Robinson who just had her stick on it. Kind of threw up a prayer right in front of the net, but ultimately it was saved by Stenilevich.
That's a good job by Stenilevich, but you see the defense just not helping her out at all as Montclair State retains it just like that.
MSU, again, the defense, just unbelievable. They didn't even get outside of their own third of the field before losing the ball.
You saw Stenilevich trying to save it and throw it over to her teammate, but you saw so many Redhawks right there to just take it away.
They try to play it up the center, but ball cannot find a home in a MSU stick. Saved by Stenilevich. Now here come the Cougars. They move quickly. Passed inside. Whistle coming instead. Potentially a free position against Javik. So Javik with an opportunity to put Kean on the board for the first time today.
Yeah, already had one earlier today. Let's see what she can do here on her second.
One step, a shot downstairs, and she'll go 5-hole. First goal of the day for the Kean Cougars.
Much needed goal by far for Kean's offense. Finally put one on the board for Javik. That's her 17th of the year. Make it also 4 assists, which puts her now at 21 points on the year for Javik.
So Emily Javik gets the scoring on the board for Kean. That brings it to a 10-goal affair with 3:06 going. The clock is going to continue to run. That 10-goal advantage where the clock begins to run, and that advantage will maintain itself here. Under 3 minutes to go now. But finally a response from Kean after 11 unanswered.
Yeah, some signs of life for Kean's offense. Let's see if they can continue that or was that just a one-goal wonder? Let's find out in the upcoming minutes.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Both teams looking to close out the first half positively as the ball is lost and picked up by Montclair State. Ferrara moves with it. She has a trio of Cougars on her. The stick is swept away, and the Cougars will keep the ball. So things certainly being picked up in terms of physicality here. Cougars want to make it 2 in a row. They play it with Freed. Relayed over to Javik again, had the first goal for the Cougars. Kean plays it behind the net, looking for options. Pass in front of the net. Good opportunity, but lost. Picked up again. Javik unleashes. I think that one was downstairs and in. A goal for the Cougars.
2 in a row for Javik. Doing a great job. When something's not there, make something there. And Javik does a great job. You mentioned playing behind the net. It was a missed pass from another Kean Cougar into the stick of Javik. And it was a tough goal, too. A tough kind of angle that she was at. And just past Grobkov there to hit the back of the net.
Yeah, and Grobkov, I thought she did a really good job covering off the majority of the net, but that's the thing about lacrosse. You know, it's such a small object that you're trying to face, and when it had that much air, that much heat on it downstairs, really a tough position for any goalkeeper to be in. Kean collects her second in a row. Javik collects her second in a row.
It just sneaked in there behind Grobkov. That's 2 in a row that she kind of wanted. That she wants back for sure, but obviously a lot of wiggle room for her to pick it up.
Under 2 to go here in the half. Montclair State leads Kean 11-2. Cougars having the ball before it was lost. Chelsea Stack right on it. She picks it up. Now the ball is being fought over. And we're going to get a green card against Emily Javik. And for the first time today, MSU will go a woman up. The special teams coming into effect. So it's a 1-minute penalty, a green card being committed. Montclair woman up. It would be quite the way to end the half. They can have another goal. Play to McCartney. Kean's defense sitting back. Stack across. Sek with pressure. Delayed penalty shot coming off the crossbar. And I believe that one might have actually crossed the line. And a goal will be counted for Montclair State.
Yeah, you saw so many opportunities there for Kean. Got 2, and then Javik a little bit kind of too aggressive with her stick. Got into the penalty box for a minute, and Montclair State took advantage. Lexi Robinson took advantage. 3rd of the game for Lexi Robinson. 12th of the game for the Redhawks, and they're up 10 now.
So a hat trick for Lexi Robinson as the clock continues to roll. Under 25 left to go.
2 players with hat tricks right now on the Montclair State roster in Sek and Robinson right now.
We're back to even strength with 13 seconds left in the game. Under 10 now. As the ball is loose, let's see if Kean can make anything happen with 5. So the whistle's called in. That will do it for the first half of action here at Sprague Field. Montclair State rolling here at home. They're up 12-2 over the Kean Cougars. What a first half for the Redhawks.
Yeah, the Redhawks did so many things to perfection. I mean, 25 shots taken in that first half, 21 of them on goal. When you shoot that efficiently, you're a really tough lacrosse team to beat, and Montclair State's showing that right now with a 10-goal advantage.
It's all business for the Redhawks here in their final home game of the season. We're going to take a quick break for halftime, and on the other side of that, we'll see at the conclusion of this game, can Montclair continue on with their dominance, or can the Cougars strike a comeback? We'll see after the break. Stick with us. Welcome back to Sprague Field on the campus of Montclair State University, where the Red Hawk Sports Network is continuing with our coverage of NCAA Division III women's lacrosse and this final conference matchup of the year for both of these teams. Montclair State University leads Kean 12-2. I'm Ryan Nussbaum alongside Jeremy Rodriguez, and the first half was really the Kaylee Seck show.
Yeah, it was. I mean, 6 goals for her in quarter number 1. Well, in the entire half, I bet she has 5 in quarter number 1. 1 assist, 7 total points for hers. All 6 of her shots have been on goal. But it's really been the Kaylee Seck show, but it's been other players kind of stack. And it's been, obviously, Lexi Robinson with 3 goals. So many, even Joey Grokoff being a wall as the goalkeeper. Everything's just going well. But you mentioned it has been Kaylee Seck as the main person.
Yeah, and Lexi Robinson, as you mentioned, has a hat trick. Chelsea Stack with 5 assists for herself. So plenty of Red Hawks getting active as we get set here for the third. On the other end for Kean, it's Emily Javik who has both of the goals for the Cougars. Fresh 15 minutes on the board. So we finally get a ray of sunshine here in Montclair, New Jersey.
Yeah, a lot of rain in half number 1, but here you mentioned a fresh 15 for Kean and 12 turnovers for Kean as well in half number 1. So they're trying to play a lot cleaner and hope for better endings for them come the end of the game.
Yeah, score update as well from Ewing, New Jersey. TCNJ leads Rowan 6-3 in that battle for the NJAC regular season championship. The winner will get the number 1 seed. The loser of that game will play Montclair State in the first round of the NJAC playoffs. Back underway here from Sprague Field. Montclair won the possession, and they're back on the attack. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Kean. Good job there by Coyle, getting her stick onto that.
Already a lot cleaner for Kean. Caused a turnover there, got it cleanly, and now have an opportunity to get a goal up there.
Ball knocked loose again. Nori Monahan fighting for it. Player goes down for Kean. I believe it was Petrosh, and they'll take over. But still Montclair fighting for it immediately off the whistle. They win possession back.
That's something that if you're Kean, you have to kind of put a stop on that in the second half if you want a chance against this Montclair State team.
Good opportunity, 1-on-1 for Robinson. She takes a shot, goes downstairs, and Lexi Robinson collects her 4th of the game.
Yeah, it kind of seems as Lexi Robinson's trying to chase Kaylee Seck's 6 goals that she has currently, but Kean, they played the first 30 seconds very well, and then it's just those little mistakes that they're doing are leading up to costly mistakes. And Montclair State gets now their 13th goal of the game. Lexi Robinson gets her 4th. And still no answer.
It was
State.
All an angular game for Lexi Robinson on that goal. She extended her stick right around the goalkeeper and just kind of almost putted it in, if you want to use a golf analogy there. It was just great lacrosse. She found herself 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and came up with another goal for herself. Red Hawks lead Kean 13-2 with 13 left in the third. Clock continuing to roll. Ball knocked loose. Both teams fighting over possession. Kean fighting for it, but Robinson also on top of it before the Cougars come away with it. Ball still knocked loose, being knocked about like a field hockey ball, but finally picked up by MSU. Played behind the net. Held by Lukovic, plays it across. Here's Seck. Stutter step inside. Flicked it back. Played back to Seck before it rolls loose. Lukovic tried to just tap it in with her stick, but ultimately Stendalevich was able to collect the ball for herself. Another save for her.
Let's see if Kean's able to produce now after what was a big save by Stendalevich.
Absolutely. They played it over the center. Shot coming. Deflected by Grokoff. Picked up again. Another shot coming. That one a little more desperate off the stick of Javik. But Grokoff able to come away with it. Good job by her. So Kean maintains possession. And like you said, Grobkov continuing to be the brick wall. Opportunity again for Kean. Shooting. And caught again by the stick. Joey Grobkov continues to save everything that's coming her way.
Yeah, she's trying to put on a show as well. You mentioned Kaylee Seck's show in that first half. Joey Grobkov's trying to be the main character here in half number 2.
Here's Monahan. Ball deflected out, loses it, still fighting to keep possession. Ball's going to roll out of play. Stack's going to be there. But Kean with a good defensive effort. You see the aggression from Montclair State still.
Yes, they have not really slowed the pace down at all. They've just been playing aggressive all night, and so far it's working for them to perfection.
Petrosh sends it upstairs. As the ball's knocked loose, and Montclair State wins the possession again. They'll maintain it there. Great job by MSU holding on to that one. I think it was Aaron Mayo who had a really good look at that one defensively for the Redhawks. MSU continues to play it quickly with Stack. She'll get checked. Whistle's blown, and MSU continues their push with Ashley Petrosini. Petrosini back to Robinson, who has 4 goals on the day. From aggressive to deliberate here with 10 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, still pedal on the metal here for if you're Montclair State. Just still trying to put pressure on this Kean defense with obviously the clock still going.
Spin move, a shot, and a goal! And it's Kaylee Seck again. This time, she gets goal number 7 for her today. What a shot! And now, after 6 goals that were very fact of the matter, that one with the style points, a spinning move into the back of the net.
I mean, Kaylee Seck is just showing it off today, doing everything, showing off her goal scoring in so many different ways. Already has a season high this year in goals scored in a season and in a game as well with 7. She's not done that this year as of yet.
Every single shot that she put up has been to the back of the net. She is 7 for 7, ladies and gentlemen. An unbelievable performance by her. Montclair State up 14-2 as we cross under the 9-minute mark in the third.
I mean, 7 of 7. Tremendous efficiency if you're Kaylee Seck. Another thing she hasn't done this year if it holds.
Back on the other end, Montclair winning possession once more on the draw. They'll play with Petrosini, who sends it to Robinson. Flick back to Petrosini, drives, but faces pressure from 2 Cougars, now 1. Ball knocked loose, and now picked up by Ella Petrosh. She loses possession again, and Montclair continuing to fight hard, and they'll come away with it. Played across the net. Picked up. Stack. Upstairs, Robinson. And it looks like it's going to be another goal for Montclair State University. This time it's Lexi Robinson collecting it another. And it's just an arms race between those two to see who can come away with the most. Lexi Robinson strikes again.
Yeah, unassisted goal there by Lexi Robinson. You mentioned it. It's kind of the battle of who gets more goals here between Seck and Robinson. Previously it was Seck. This time it was Robinson. And both those 2 Redhawks could potentially win the MVP of this game. I mean, both are just playing tremendous lacrosse right now.
Yeah, so the most goals in a game by a single player in a single game, it was Roz Goldschmidt against Stockton back on April 4th, 1981. She had 11 in one game, so still plenty of work for both of these women to do if they want to hit that mark, but you already had Seck, who has had a 7-game performance last season. She's looking to continue to build that. One more goal will put her 4th all-time in single-game goals.
Which is tremendous for her because she's only a sophomore as well, Seck. So much time to improve still as a lacrosse player and already in the record books.
We continue on here. 6:50 left. Pass behind the net. Cougars looking for a response, but it continues to be watertight defense for the Redhawks. Opportunity here for Ray. Driving in, faces pressure. A bouncer is off. But fortunately for her, she'll find Emily Schultz instead. She tried to go in front of the net, but the ball knocked loose again. And another great defensive stand for the Redhawks.
Yeah, Kean has just no breathing room right now. Montclair State is just all over them, and this offense is now having another opportunity to score.
Plenty of space for Monahan. It's 3-on-2. Opportunity for here. Goes across. Shot coming. Petrosini gets the goal. Ashley Petrosini gets it and puts it back upstairs. Great job for her. MSU collects their 16th goal of the game.
Why not? Ashley Petrosini getting into her third now of the year. Her first goal since March 11th, 2025. So hasn't had a goal in over a month. I mean, great sign for Petrosini to finally get a ball in the back of the net. But once again, the onslaught continues for this offense of Montclair State.
And to do it in your last game at home as well, the senior getting in the back of the net. So Montclair continues to roll here with a 16-2 advantage over the Cougars. All smiles right now for the Redhawks. Here's the draw. It's going to go the way of Montclair State. Possession still being fought over. This time Kean scoops it up with Petrosh. She had it for just a moment before another whistle was blown. She'll continue on. Petrosh charges in and cuts. Loses the ball in the process too. You can see Erin Mayo trying to signal the official that she didn't make any contact, but we're still going to see the free position being called. Good opportunity here for Ella Petrosh.
Yeah, great opportunity for Kean to get a goal for anybody that's not Javik, and there they just try to pass it and play slow.
The crosser shot coming, saved by Joey Grokoff.
7 now on the day for Grokoff. I mean, she's been tremendous.
Javik had the opportunity again, and this time it was denied. 4 minutes to go in the third as Montclair continues to roll. 16-2. Here's Chelsea Stack, 5 assists on the day for her. She passed it up the field. Petrosini, who just scored the last goal, had it for a moment before the ball's relayed all the way back in front of the net. Here's Karen McCartney, the relay to Stack. Stack finds another teammate before she charges in. Pressure being called, and the whistle will be blown. That's time it's Morena who will have an opportunity for a free position. Her goggles were actually knocked off on that play to emphasize really the contact. So Kyla Morena is going to have an opportunity. She's going to think about dumping it up, and instead she's going to charge it herself, shoots it upstairs, but it is just a little too high, but MSU continues on the possession. It's kind of an unconventional move. Usually you see a player get rid of it immediately or take the shot immediately. This time she held it, looked for the best option, was not able to come away with the goal. On the other end, here's Kean. Whistle called before Emily Javik could get a shot off. So we'll have a card going against Montclair State. Penalty coming, and I believe it's going to be Samantha Hanzo who's taking a seat for the Redhawks. A 2-minute penalty for them.
Yeah, first penalty that we've seen from Montclair State so far today. I mean, again, you mentioned the intensity of the game is picking up, obviously the physicality as well, and you see this time it's Montclair State's turn.
Redhawks go a woman down for the first time today. Only the second special teams opportunity for either team. Played across. As Montclair State will come away with it, Daniel DeJesus has it. She spins at midfield. Continues to hold it. Passed away with a whistle coming. This time another card being assessed. And now a Cougar will be coming off. It looks like it's going to be Jen Koval, the defender from Hillsborough, making her way off. And now we'll go even strength for around a minute before Kean gets back on the advantage. So we're even strength before both of these teams with under 2 to go here in the third. Cuccinello passes it to Stack, who finds Petrosini. Petrosini drives in, plays it behind the net. Loose ball shot coming downstairs. A roller is going to get to the back of the net. Kara McCartney gets the goal.
I mean, why not? Keep scoring in many different ways. We saw. I mean, we've seen this all game. That wasn't even really an effective way to shoot the ball if you're Montclair State, and still it found a way behind the back of the net. I mean, it's just every single way this Montclair State team is attempting to score, it's working for them. And McCartney makes it now another Red Hawk with more than 1 goal scored in this game. That's now 3 total.
Yeah, what an effort there from McCartney, and to do it when you're shorthanded as well. Under a minute to go here. Clock continues to roll. Montclair State leads 17-2. So we get set for the draw. A dominant effort here for the Red Hawks. Ball knocked loose. Montclair will be awarded the possession. 30 seconds to go here as the ball is loose and being fought over. Kean will have potentially the last say of the half with 20. Being relayed up the field. Passed upstairs and a little wide for Emily Javik. She couldn't get a stick on it. Ball rolls out of play. Montclair picks it up. They have 10 seconds if they want to get down the field and score. 5 seconds left, and it looks like they'll be content with just running down the clock in this one. As we reach the end of the third quarter, Montclair State continues to lay it on. 17-2 is the score.
Yeah, I mean, behind Javik, this Kean team is scoreless, and 5 goals compared to none for Kean. 0, Montclair State 5. Kean still just not finding any answer for this Montclair State's offense. And it's really been everybody. I mean, Sek obviously leads away with how many goals she's had in 7, but there's been so many Red Hawks who are just putting the pedal on the metal today, and the defense playing so great. When Kean even has the ball for a second or two, you see so many Red Hawks kind of in their way, just trying to poke it away, and they do so to perfection. I mean, everybody's playing their role right now for Montclair, and when games like this really, really make a statement for, especially late in the year when you're going for an NJAC conference, title, to play TCNJ or Rowan next, you're putting on a statement for them.
Yeah, and it's a very good, point that you're making, bringing up the fact that the playoffs are really right around the corner. So from this last, shift of the game, this last 15 minutes, what do you want to see from Montclair State? Because they have, valuable in-game minutes, real game minutes to work with here, rather than just, practice on against yourself. So is there anything you want to see this team work on in this last kind of stage of the game?
I mean, for Montclair State, when you look at the teams, they've obviously lost to TCNJ and Rowan. Obviously, TCNJ a lot closer. They lost by 1. Rowan last time out was pretty daunting to watch. If you're a Montclair State fan, obviously a lot did not go well for them. So I think for Montclair State, the offense obviously made a statement today. That's fine. 17 goals is a tremendous amount in lacrosse. I think for them is really defense. Joy Grokoff right now, if the game stands as what it is, 17-2, that'll be the lowest amount of goals that she's allowed this year. And I think for Montclair State, the last 15 minutes is going to rely on defense. I think the defense is going to be the biggest thing, especially playing a team like TCNJ and Rowan next, who are really great offensive teams. I think the defense is what they're going to have to just keep working on here in the last 15.
Yeah, Red Hawk fans are going to be definitely keeping their eye on the rest of this game. I think should really be keyed in here just to see some of the depth pieces for this squad as well, as we're seeing new players rotate on. We saw Ashley Petrosini get on the board in the last quarter. Fourth and final quarter here from Sprague Field. The ball is up, and we are underway. Clock will continue to roll here. Montclair leads 17-2. Here comes Petrosh, who lost the ball. And I think Montclair State will be hoping for a rainy forecast on Wednesday as well. It seems like whenever this team plays in any kind of conditions, they just play way better. I mean, I was here for the TCNJ game, and it seemed like they were just playing like a completely different team when the rain was pouring.
Now, that was a big game, too, for Montclair State. Only losing by one. Big homecoming game for them, BMO game, and it was only a 1 point loss for them. And in rainy conditions, you mentioned it, Ryan. Looks like this team really brings the best out of them.
Yeah, it seems like rain is just the great equalizer in a lot of these games. And right now, too, something that I've noticed that Montclair's been taking a lot of advantage of, getting ball control off of these like kind of wet ball situations. It seems like Kean has struggled to take possession. Montclair's been right on it all day. So now the Cougars are on the attack. They hold it in front of the net. Goes around, shot coming downstairs, and a goal for Kean.
Yeah, one of the only mistakes that Joy Grokoff has really made all day. I mean, has a save percentage of a .778 before that goal, and still, even after that goal, is now at a 700 flat save percentage, which is still really good, but one of the only mistakes she's made right there, with still 14 goal lead for her to just, again, shake it off and go at the next one.
So it's Shannon Palin who is credited with the goal here in the fourth. Great goal by her. Just got right in the face of Grokop and was able to get that one off. We await the draw. Back underway. And Kean comes away with possession. Ball knocked loose, picked up. As Montclair State continues on the attack. Opportunity here as the ball's knocked loose. Free possession coming.
And for Montclair State, you're up 14. We mentioned the offense doesn't really have to be a big story here in the second half, but another free position shot incoming.
Here's the opportunity with 12 minutes left in the game. Shot coming, deflected. And a good stand here by Kean as the Redhawks are able to fight the ball and pick it back up. Played in front of the net. Petrosini passes it back to Moningham. She spins. Trying to find an angle before getting knocked down. Free position coming again.
And so Kean's offense is still cannot really find their way near Joy Grokoff. I mean, this defense for Montclair State is playing really well. And another one incoming. You mentioned it for Montclair.
Here's Moningham. She was charging in, but whistle was called instead, perhaps leaving a foot or two too early.
Yeah, I think it was Drew Koyo who left early there. Kind of, you mentioned a step or two early there.
We re-rack, reset. Here comes Moningham. Shot deflected, but picked up by the Redhawks. Another opportunity. Pass inside. Shot coming downstairs again and deflected. Stanilevich doing a good job there, standing her ground.
Yeah, despite the tremendous amount of shots she's faced today, she's done a really good job of getting some big stops.
Kean moving quickly on the other end. Passed behind the Palin. Schultz has it. Schultz with the crosser. The ball is eventually Back into the stick of Petrosh. Penalty coming, and here it is. We'll see who it's against. So I believe Montclair is going to be the team who's committed the penalty. So a free position coming, a chance for Kean to collect their 4th goal of the contest. Shot coming up, bouncer, and a goal for Kean. Now Petrosh finds the back of the net and brings the game just a little bit more in reach for them.
Yeah, that's now 4 goals now for Kean, and Petrosh got on the board there. And Joy Krakow, we mentioned defense. I think defense was the thing to look at for Montclair State, and 2 goals in the 4th quarter by Kean. So Joy Krakow is having some trouble here in the last quarter.
Yeah, and for Petrosh, we mentioned in the beginning, if you keep your eye on NJAC women's soccer, you know that Al Petrosh is such a great player for Kean. It's really made a great impact for the Cougars on now 2 different fields of play. Back on the draw, picked up now by D'Angelo. D'Angelo with the relay behind the net. Gets it over to Cuccinello. Eventually passes it back outside. Montclair State leads 17-4 with 8:30 left on the clock. The season finale from Sprague Field cannot have been scripted any better for Montclair State. Here's Monahan. Cuts inside before passing it back. Another opportunity on the outside for Montclair State. Here's the shot and the goal! Red Hawks collect their 18th of the game.
Why not keep it going if you're Montclair State? Make a statement and answer right back, and Montclair State does exactly that, getting their 18th goal of the game now as a team, respectively. As a squad, 18 goals in lacrosse is tremendous, and Montclair State's doing that in just the nick of time as well. Last game of the regular season, what a time to show out if you're the Red Hawks.
And it's Mia Cuccinello who's going to be credited with the goal there, the freshman making her presence felt here today.
Vitali gets the assist as well. Those are 2 names that don't really get much time on the lacrosse field, and this time around they get so with the big performance by Montclair State. Everybody's just getting some type of great achievement in the game.
7 minutes left to go in this game. Montclair cruising. Kean moving and grooving up the field. We'll see if they're able to collect themselves on the other end. Pass behind the net. Ball knocked loose again. Kean still struggling to maintain control of the ball. Whistle called, and Montclair will come away with it.
And another turnover there by Kean. Montclair State's defense has really not lost a step in their pep at all throughout the last few minutes of the second half. I mean, throughout the entire game, Montclair State's defense has been lights out and not giving Kean even an opportunity after those last 2 goals.
MSU seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as McCartney almost had the crosser. Ball picked up by Kean. They try to work it outside of their own defensive end. Here's Coyle, who passed it over towards Ray. Skylar Ray with a lot of field to cover right now. Under 6 to go. Petrosh drives in, sees some space on the left side, shoots it herself off the crossbar. It was a good play, but just an unlucky result for her.
Yeah, everything was working well in that possession there, but you mentioned it off the post, and very unfortunate result if you're Petrosh, but Kean gets it right back.
Yeah, they continue on their attack, looking to collect another. Shot coming, this time a net save from Joey Grotkoff.
I mean, what else more do you want from the junior goalkeeper? I mean, Joey Grotkoff, despite giving up 2 goals in the fourth quarter, just an absolutely tremendous save that time. Now 8 for her on the day, and she's just been, again, a great brick wall back there on Montclair State side.
So score update from Ewing. TCNJ leads 10-4 over Rowan in the battle for the regular season crown. The scoreline holds. Montclair will be facing Rowan in the opening round of the NJAC playoffs. Here's Carson, who passed it back. Javik, who's had 2 goals so far for this Kean team. Cut inside. Played inside. Opportunity coming downstairs and away. Emily Schultz had a good look at it, but was not able to connect. It's Kean continuing to be playing a woman down, trying to attack. Ball over the head and picked up by McCartney. So now, being a woman up, Montclair is going to want to take advantage of this next 50 seconds. Grotkoff corrals it, throws it up. It's Nascimento. He's going to work it up the field. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Kean once more. Now the ball being fought over before Kean is finally going to be awarded possession. We have a whistle coming and another card. So now 2 women down are the Kean Cougars. We see Emily Schultz, the leading goal scorer for this Kean team, taking a seat as well. So there'll be 2 women down for the next 3 seconds, and then they'll go back to being 1 woman down for the remaining time on that 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, it's a big name as well. Emily Schultz obviously has not really been able to show her presence today so far. Only 2 shots taken, but a big name to be on the sideline if you're Kean.
MSU on the attack. Shot nearly coming from McCartney, but instead she'll be awarded with the position. Now Kean is merely 1 player down here, but they still may be facing quite the challenge here with McCartney getting lined up. Here's the opportunity for McCartney. Unleashes downstairs and gets the goal. Karen McCartney strikes again. 3rd goal of the game for her. And yet another Red Hawk collects a hat trick.
Yeah, it's 3 Red Hawks now with hat tricks. And it just seems every time Montclair State gets that free position shot, it's just always some trouble for Kean, especially for opposing teams. But specifically today, we've seen so many free position shots turn into goals for Montclair, and we see that again this time.
So a woman-up goal for the Red Hawks as we get set to close out this game, Jeremy. 2 minutes remaining as the clock continues to roll.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Ryan, but I think this is a big statement that Montclair State's making right now as well, especially after losing to Rowan last time. To make a statement like this to end the season is big for Montclair State.
Absolutely. Kean will try to muster up 1 more goal before they close out their season here on the road. For Kean, the team that's very young, plenty of players who are going to be returning for them, and they can only learn and grow from here. Definitely a bright future for many of these Cougars that we've seen today.
Yeah, only 1 senior on the roster for Kean, so definitely so many big names returning for sure.
Shot coming, saved by Grotkoff, potentially 1 more on the day for her. Final minute here from Sprague as Olivia Dowley takes it up the field. Another player in her final year here as a Red Hawk, a senior. Ball knocked loose. Defensive line coming back for the Cougars. Opportunity here for a picnic. Coming across. Here's Petrosini knocked loose. The ball was, as she'll get possession back. 34 seconds left. Can MSU collect one more goal? As the play is stopped, Cuccinello had it. Clock continues to roll. We have 20 left. Free position. Played across. Shot coming in. One more. Put a cherry on top for Montclair State. One final goal here as we close out the game. And that will do it here from Sprague Field. Montclair State University wins by a score of 20-4. A dominant possession for the Red Hawks. A dominant game for the Red Hawks. And they get one last conference win to close out the home slate.
I mean, what an exciting finish for anybody at Sprague, whether you're broadcasting or watching as a fan with the umbrellas. I mean, an absolute stellar finish to get a goal. We saw a buzzer beater happen in the first period as well, where it was a goal in the last few seconds. And here to end the game, even though it was already out of reach, Montclair State with a tremendous finish of the game. A goal by Chelsea Stack would put her at 6 points for her on the day with her 5 crucial assists as well. So many Red Hawks contributed today, and a 20-4 win by Montclair State. A big statement made for sure.
Yeah, what a way to close out a big year of sports here at Sprague Field. This was the last event scheduled to be played here, so great kind of sight we're seeing here. What a way to put a button on it, put a cherry on top of it. No matter what you really want to say, Kean wraps up their season here, but for Montclair State, as you mentioned, they will go play, at this point, most likely Rowan, who is currently down 11-5 to the College of New Jersey in the first round matchup. That should be an interesting one. Rowan and Montclair, another chance to meet up. Montclair with a chance for some redemption. But that's going to do it for us here in the booth. For Jeremy Rodriguez, I've been Ryan Nussbaum. Thank you very much for listening. Take care.